Finally, in terms of customizing your desktop, I think one of the more useful things you can do is add gadgets. So if you're a Vista user, we used to have what's called a sidebar that would sit on the right-hand side of the screen, and you could put gadgets there. Well, now gadgets can go anywhere. But for those of you coming from older versions of the operating system, let me explain what a gadget is at all. Gadgets are nothing more than simple little applications or applets that can run on your desktop to show you information or allow you to interact in some way. So let's take a look at where we find those. Once again, I'm going to start by right-clicking on the desktop, and this time I'll select Gadgets. All right, Windows 7 comes with a set of kind of starter gadgets, and you can also download a lot that are online. I'll show you where you can get those in a moment. I have actually, in fact, I have a couple already that I've downloaded. My Bing Maps, and I've got another one in here that was, let's see, I don't see it. You can add maybe my Outlook appointments. Some of these have been pulled down. Most of these, however, are standard. So let's say we wanted, for example, have quick access to the weather. Got a room with maybe an office with no windows, so we want to see the weather. I can literally pick it up and just drag it wherever I want. So a lot of people will put them in the upper right-hand corner here. And you'll just drop that gadget there. We'll go ahead and grab a second one as well. Let's say we deal with, I'll do a clock. I was going to say we can do currency. We'll grab the clock. We'll move that over there. In fact, I'll do currency as well. Okay. You can move them wherever you like, wherever you have room on your desktop. So once you get a gadget up on your desktop, you probably will need to customize it. For example, let's say that we do not live in New York, therefore we don't need the New York weather. Any gadget, if you roll your mouse over it, you will get a tiny little vertical toolbar on the right-hand side of it. And that toolbar will typically give you 3 choices, but sometimes more. So the first choice is to X out of it. So if you just simply want to get rid of the gadget, you can. The second choice will control the size. So if I want to go with a larger size or a smaller size. And the last choice is a little handlebar that you can drag the gadget around. All right? Now in the case of our currency, I can make my customizations right in the gadget itself. So for example, if I don't want to go from US dollars to euros, I can choose something else. So let's say I want to go to the Hong Kong dollar, and it'll give me that update. But some gadgets have an additional customization area in the toolbar. So for example, if I go over to my weather, I will see a wrench. So whenever you see a wrench, that's how you get in. It usually means that there are more options than what they can fit on the gadget itself. The currency one is fairly basic. It's just 2 drop-down menus. But for others, you'll have the wrench. You can click on it, and it will open up all of the options for it. So for example, let's say that we are in someplace nice like San Diego. I can choose a city. It'll do a search for you. You can choose Fahrenheit or Celsius. We'll click OK. And it's currently 59 in San Diego, not that much nicer than where I am right now. Same thing with the clock. I can hit the wrench, and you can choose different clocks. So just keep in mind that each of these choices will, each of the gadgets will have its own set of options. So go in and play around with it a bit and customize it as you like. If I decide I do not want one of these, I can click on that X and it will remove it from the desktop. Now just one technical note here. In the Vista operating system that preceded Windows 7, one of the complaints about the gadgets is that if you were really gadget happy, it would be a significant drain on your resources. So memory usage was very high and so on. Well, they've kind of reworked that so that having several gadgets will not impact the memory as much. And also, if you close out of a gadget, it'll completely remove that object from memory so that you're, again, not having much of a memory drag. So let's say that you want some additional gadgets. You like your gadgets, you want to see what else is out there. I'll start again by right-clicking on the desktop and choosing Gadgets. And you will notice at the bottom of this dialog box, we have something called Get More Gadgets Online. All right, if you click on that, that will connect you to the Microsoft site, and there are many, many new gadgets available all the time. They're free. There are some for fee-based, but there's a nice personalization gallery that you'll find here. You can, I mentioned before, you can select other types of backgrounds or desktop themes. And within here, you will find a category specifically for gadgets. So here are some of the more popular ones. I said that I had downloaded Bing Travel Maps, so that gives you live travel in the city that you select. I also have Outlook upcoming appointments. So you can select from this list, see what you like. There are a couple of language translators. All of these in this particular gallery are free. Right. So if I wanted to download one of these, I simply would choose to download it. It would give you some information about it, some background, instructions. You would download it, simply save it and open it, and it will be permanently installed in that list of gadgets that you have here. I'll close out of my gadgets, but again, they can be turned on or off at any time. So those are some of the ways that you can customize your desktop in Windows 7.